Hey everybody. I just want to get on here real quick. I have a short story time to tell you. Look, okay, so real quick, when I was a struggling single mother, I was working full time, and I was going to school, finishing up my bachelor's degree, right? And so my son at the time, he may have been 10 months old, and I remember coming home from work having a horrible day. I was training. The person that was training me was mean. It was just a bad day, right? And then on top of that, this job, I was not making enough money. Strong story short, I remember feeding my son, putting him down, and I told God I was about to clean up and take the trash out. And before I went outside, I said, Lord, I said, if you do not let me know that it is going to be okay. Okay? If you don't let me know that it's going to be okay, I'm going to do something that I may regret. That I'm not even may regret, that I'm going to regret. And so I remember walking outside, taking the trash out, right? And so on my way out to the dumpster, I saw my neighbor, my downstairs neighbor. Now, for namesake, I'll call him DC, okay? DC was a trip, right? DC used to cut up. DC may have in 3 a.m. It may be a woman knocking on his door, busting his windows out his truck, out of his apartment window, and he got another woman in the apartment. You know what I'm saying? Just drama like that. But he was always cool with me. He had known me since, before while I was pregnant, even after I had the baby or whatever. But he was always cool with me. He'd say, hey, what's up, neighbor? What's up, neighbor? Was very respectable, but he had his issues. He had his issues. Every now and then, I may, smell something coming from my vents, So anyway, so I'm leaving out the house. Like I said, keep in mind, right before that, I said, Lord, if you do not let me know that it's going to be okay, because I was struggling, had a bad day. It was like one thing after the other. And I said, Lord, if you don't let me know that it is going to be okay, I'm going to do something that I'm going to regret. So I see DC coming out, going back to my apartment. He gets out his truck. He say, hey, neighbor, what's going on? And I was like, oh, nothing. And I started telling him about my day, and I started getting emotional, and I started crying. And he put his arm around me, and the words that he said was, it's going to be okay. In that moment, DC was smelling like cigarettes, cool filter kings, and Bill. But he wrapped his arm around me, and he said, neighbor, it's gonna be okay. God used him in that moment. And I want to let you know, don't count out anybody that you're praying for, believing for, or anybody that's just not living the way that that they should be living. Continue to pray them. Don't judge them. Pray for them. Keep them covered. And you handle them as if they are already where you are believing God to bring them to. I had an uncle that was, he's in heaven now, but in and out of prison, just that lifestyle and everything. But because I knew he knew the word, and I always loved the Lord, and learned more about the Bible while he was in prison. Even when he would get out and he'd do stuff and cut up, I would still ask him about the Bible. I would still talk to him about the Bible and handle him as if he was a man of God. Do not count out the people you think you should count out. God will use whoever he wants to use, because God used DC in that moment to minister to me, to keep me from doing something that I didn't want to regret. Okay? He used him smelling like cool filter kings and Bill. You see what I'm saying? So I just thank God for even that moment. And Holy Spirit brought that back to my remembrance, and I just wanted to share that with somebody, that God can use whoever he wants to use. He will qualify the person that he needs to qualify in that moment, regard of what of where you place them, in regards of where you place them in life. God will use them. Okay, so just want to encourage you all with that. You have a blessed day. Bye.